Hi, now I'm going to discuss how mindfulness is useful in physical therapy and recovering from an injury. And so one of the most important aspects of any case of joint-related pain, and especially spine-related pain, is the location of pain. When a person is mindful of their own experience, their own painful sensations that they are feeling at that moment, the location of that pain is extremely important prognostically in determining how the person's condition will evolve in time, how likely they are to get better, and also if they are in fact improving or not improving. So pain location refers to this idea of centralizing pain symptoms. Centralizing symptoms simply refer to the fact that when someone is experiencing a spine-related condition, that the pain starts out peripherally, meaning away from the spine, and then as they recover, the pain sensations are felt closer to the spine in the middle before eventually dissipating completely. Next is the nature of pain. When we refer to pain nature, we usually think of whether or not the pain is felt constantly, when there is no ceasing of the pain, it is always felt, or if it's intermittent, meaning that at times the pain sensation will not be felt at all. It will go away, even for a brief moment. The implication there is that constant pain is much more likely to be inflammatory in nature, that someone has experienced some sort of inflammation in or near a joint, whereas intermittent pain really cannot have too much of an inflammatory nature at all, because inflammation leads to a constant sense of pain. So once you know that you have an intermittent episode of pain, we know that the pain is much more likely to be a mechanical problem that we can influence with physical therapy, with movement, and that's a very good thing. Constant pain is less likely to be that, but that can also be influenced with movement. This is just more information. When you're mindful about your condition, about what you're feeling, you can recognize whether or not there are breaks in the day when you don't feel pain, if it's intermittent, or if you know for certain, I am always experiencing this pain, it is constant. The next aspect is the quality of your pain. The exact qualities of the pain itself are not necessarily the most important aspect, unless there is a neurological aspect such as numbness or tingling or a feeling of weakness. That can be present, but then the other aspects such as whether it's aching or sharp, dull, sensations of hot or cold, that aspect isn't so important to say that you need to know what they are, but rather how they evolve through time. So for a clinician, the qualities of your pain, if they change, are important because then you can track progress and note how the condition is evolving, because that is almost always present when recovering from an injury. Next is the fact that during activities and different postures throughout the day, normally people will see a fluctuation in their symptoms. So whether or not they increase or they decrease, they should more or less correlate to specific postures or activities the person participates in. So when the person is mindful of those postures or activities, they'll note, how does my pain evolve? Do I feel it increase? Do I feel it decrease? Does it change location? Have the qualities changed? This is stuff that is very important to note and can be very helpful if you relate that information to your therapist. And so the last point here is that oftentimes when someone is more mindful of their pain that they're experiencing, they can oftentimes influence the pain intensity to decrease, to go down. Anyone who performs consistent meditation or wellness practices such as yoga or Tai Chi, where mindfulness is emphasized, you can cause painful and uncomfortable sensations to diminish in their intensity at will, more or less, because that is the nature of observing the pain. Consequently, oftentimes if you are trying to ignore pain, that somehow can also magnify it and cause a greater impact on you in a negative manner. And so one of the side effects, if you will, of being mindful during an injury is that you can actually influence the intensity of your symptoms. All right? So in essence, when you're mindful in your recovery, you have the opportunity to provide reliable information to not only yourself, but also to your clinician. And this can help provide better information, which leads to faster and better recovery. All right, I hope you've learned something from this video, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you.